is going on out there, peeps? Let's get back over into Vietnam to see what is going on, the latest and the greatest. We don't check in very much over there just because there's always really good, positive economical news. But, you know, there's not a whole lot changing, not like we're seeing in Iraq, all right? We're going to talk about that here in just a moment. So before we get started, do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button because it helps us get past the YouTube algorithm. And also, if you're not a subscriber, please do so because when you do, it helps out the channel and I surely do appreciate that. A quick disclaimer, I am not a financial advisor, an accountant, nor an attorney. The advice that I give is freely and of my own opinion. Hey folks, just a quick reminder that back in 2008 and 9, a lot of people lost all of their retirement savings in their 401ks and IRAs because they did not own gold and silver. Yeah, that's right. Gold and silver protects you from a market crash. So do yourself a favor, protect your retirement by purchasing gold and silver. You can go to moneymetals.com, reach out to them, and they will help you set yourself up to protect you and your family from having to start all over from scratch. If you're a first-time buyer and you spend more than $100, use promo code Pimpy, P-I-M-P-Y, and they will send along with your order a free half ounce of silver. So folks, do yourself a favor, head on over to moneymetals.com and protect you and your family from a market crash, as well as inflation. So head on over there now. You can actually own physical gold and silver. Go to our friends at Money Metals Exchange. The link is down below in the description. And don't forget to use promo code Pimpy, P-I-M-P-Y. If you spend more than $100, you will get a free half ounce of silver. For those of you looking for my address, there it is right here. And you guys know I have an alternative website where I post original content as well as other content that is banned from YouTube. It's $3 a month. All proceeds go to Finding Life's Purpose Foundation, and you have unlimited access. Be very careful of people out there trying to impersonate me. They're asking people to send them money. Don't fall for it. I will not ask you to go to WhatsApp, nor will I ask you to go to Telegram. And here's how you know if I'm the one responding to any of your comments. A person makes a comment. If I respond, you'll see a dark circle around my name. See that? From time to time, I will use material that is copywritten. Just so you know, I am exercising my fair use rights. And exclusively for my audience, Money Metals is sponsoring a giveaway. That's right. You have a chance to get 100 free ounces of silver. American Silver Eagles. That kicks butt. It's about $3,000 worth of silver. And all you have to do to win is just enter your email. The link is down below in the description. You can see exclusively for my audience. All right, so come on over there, enter your email. What have you got to lose except for 100 ounces if you don't enter? All right, it's free to join. No obligation necessary. So what is going on in Vietnam? As usual, the banks are profitable as well as their real estate. They're not like China. China's getting their butt kicked when it comes to their real estate developers, but not Vietnam. They got some of the best there. They're growing at a really healthy rate. We don't do a whole lot when it comes to Vietnam's news because they do have a lot of great things I pay attention to in the economy. But keep in mind, they're a lot more stable, a lot more secure than what's going on over in Iraq. Iraq's security, stability, and sovereignty play a huge part in them getting their currency back to where they want it. So, Viettin Bank posts pre-tax profits of nearly 14 trillion. Sounds like a lot, but that's Vietnam dollars. What is that equivalent to, Pimpy? That's 612 million US dollars in the first 9 months of 2021. That is not too bad for pre-tax profits. The commercial bank's quarterly pre-tax profits also hit 3.06 Vietnam dongs in the quarter 3. Meanwhile, net interest income reached 9.87 trillion in the same quarter, accounting for the lion's share of the total operating income and going up to 24% year on year. That 24% is a pretty good gain. Remember though, 2020 they had to deal with the RONA. By late September, loans and advances to customers topped 1.08 quadrillion Vietnam dong. Actually, I've never heard that any description of money when it talks about pre-tax, whatever you want to call it, but quadrillion? Woo! Sounds like some big monies, but you know it's just probably somewhere along the neighborhood of about $1 billion US. It says in regards to the provisions against credit risk, the commercial bank's provisions for loans to customers rose 21.5 trillion Vietnam dong by September 30th. Now, what we're seeing happen, and this is happening everywhere, banks are becoming more strict about giving out loans. They're tightening the ropes, okay? And what they're doing is limiting their risk on loans, which they should have done before anyways. Focusing on making sure that the people who can pay them back have the ability to pay them back. This way they're not losing money, especially in a tight economy like we're experiencing now. You know, with all the protection from foreclosures, the protections from getting kicked out of your place that you're renting are all being lifted. I don't know about if I'm sure they have the same type of thing over there. You're going to see a lot of foreclosures. You're going to be able to pick up homes anywhere for pennies on the dollar. But for now, the bank's doing really, really good. And they are changing the criteria in which they hand out loans, just like they're doing here in the United States. Officials, businesses discuss measures to boost exports of fruits, vegetables to the European Union. We always like to see anytime you can boost exports and reduce imports, yes, that's really good for your economy. Ensuring food safety, further enhancing product promotions by attending prestige fairs and cutting logistics costs are amongst ways to boost exports of Vietnam's fruits and vegetables to the EU, according to Vietnamese envoys to the EU and businesses. Speaking at a webinar this week on exporting fruits and vegetables to the EU market, Van Cong, Vietnam's agriculture counselor to the EU, said European countries are currently in the process of economic and consumer recovery. Yeah, that's what they like to think. That's what they're telling us. No, what they did is with all these containers, like here in the United States, keeping them out of the ports, the food got spoiled. They killed a lot of the food. See, here's where the backlash has happened against this great reset agenda. All the people that they fixed to put inside the office are about to lose all their seats because they don't like what's going on around the world. They don't like the mandates. They don't like the jabs. They don't like the mask. And so now they're going to be voting these people out of office. They're losing control and they're losing it quickly. Now, how far it goes, we're going to know more by midterms, that's for sure. With its annual fruits and vegetable imports of 35 billion euros, accounting for 40% of the global trade in products, the EU is a promising market for Vietnam. Yeah, I would say so. See, that's the problem with people over there in the European Union. Is you're relying too much on other countries. That's the one thing that Trump tried to fix when he was in office. You know, the more you rely on other countries, then you're at their mercy. You know that 95% of our pharmaceutical goods are created over in China. If they really wanted to just hurt people, they could just stop producing the medicines that are needed by people. Some of them are life-saving. Vietnam's ambassador to the Netherlands said, though the Dutch is small, it is a very important position in Europe as home to wholesalers. But a very few Vietnam fruit products are available there due to the lack of reliable supply sources, high prices, and poor preservations. So obviously they're doing something about that. If Vietnam can increase its farming area and meet the standards of the EU market, more of the vegetables and fruits could enter it. It looks like they just need to make some small adjustments, and they got a bigger door to go through over in the European Union. Oh, look, Vietnam's partnering up with our favorite people. Seems like you can't get rid of them nowhere. Vietnam's World Economic Forum Strategic Dialogue efforts to realize Vietnam's development goals. Yeah, I bet they are. Prime Minister and founder and executive chairman of the World Economic Forum, Professor Klaus Schwab, the guy that wants to put us on robots, and that's not hyperbolic or theory. He literally told everybody he wants you to be in robots. This way you don't have to sleep, you don't have to eat, and you just kind of do your job. It's called transhumanism. Yes, this is a guy that's the founder of the World Economic Forum. And co-chair the country's strategic dialogue on Vietnam. I noticed they are focusing on Vietnam, Iraq, and China is what Klaus and them are focusing on. Very interesting. The event held in both online and in-person forums was themed public-private partnership, the key driver for comprehensive recovery and sustainable, resilient, and innovative growth. First, you start by reducing the world's population. That's pretty much it. This is the first time that such a national strategic dialogue has taken place between Vietnam and the WEF. It is also an opportunity for the World Economic Forum and foreign investors to directly discuss with the Prime Minister about economic goals and the social economic development potential of the government in 2021 through 2026 tenure, and get an insight into opportunities to expand their businesses in Vietnam. In other words, let us take advantage of your manipulated currency so that we can get products that are cheaper because the labor is so cheap. So the World Economic Forum is starting to put the claws into Vietnam and Iraq at the same time. I don't feel too comfortable about that, but we'll just keep an eye on it and see what it leads to. Firms encouraged to prepare workforce for digital economy. We're already in a digital economy. I like how they say they're bringing some new innovative stuff coming forward. All they're doing is trying to push this into a CBDC, a 100% digital coin that they can control and then they use to manipulate us, is what it is. This is happening in all major countries. They're all changing their banking sectors, just like we see in Iraq, just like we see in Zimbabwe, Nigeria. All these places are changing their banking sectors so that they're all connected to the same system. The fourth industrial revolution is both creating an opportunity and posing challenges to developed countries and countries entering the fourth revolution, including Vietnam, from a perspective of readiness, ability, and integration and adaptation of the workforce. To prepare the national workforce for the coming digital economy, multilateral corporations initiatives that keep up with the requirements of the corporate environment as well as in society generally are needed. The information was released at the multi-stakeholder. I like how they call it the stakeholder forums. In other words, stakeholders are the government, those who get rich off of all of our labor. Then they try to say that we're stakeholders too. No, you're not. Only time somebody calls you a stakeholder in the company is it, and you don't own shares, it's socialist. They're saying, hey, you're a stakeholder. You're responsible for the success of this company, and therefore you're rewarded with the job that pays less gotten paid before. Anyway, it said the information was released at the Multi-Stakeholder Forum, MSF 2021, with the theme Partnership in Preparing a Future-Ready Workforce for the Inclusive Digital Economy in Vietnam. In freaking Vietnam, man. I love that movie. The forum was jointly organized by the Vietnam Chamber of Commerce and Industry and the Vietnam General Confederation of Labor and Samsung under the Technical Cooperative of Vietnam's Business Council for Sustainable Development and Institute for Development and Community Health, LIGHT. You can see they are lining themselves up with a new world order. They want to make sure that the banking sector and people are all getting lined up to make sure that they get that 100% digital currency. We have to fight that at all costs. But it's looking good over there in Vietnam otherwise. I don't know what you want to, how to take the fact that the Great Reset has now got their claws into Vietnam, and they're pretty much doing that everywhere. Not thrilled about it, but it does help their economy. So let's just keep an eye on it and see if it does anything good to help us increase the value of our Vietnam dong. That's it for now. Hit the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I surely do appreciate it. And I'll catch you later. I'm out.